Illegal immigration continues to be an enormous problem. As you know, I represent. We have roughly 1,200 miles of border with Mexico. We deal with illegal immigration every day. We deal with the crime that flows from it. And unfortunately, it's exacerbated, number one, by cities like San Francisco that are sanctuary cities that give blessings to criminal aliens. But number two, we deal with the problem that the Obama administration consistently refuses to enforce the laws. For example, in 2013, the Obama administration released over 36,000 criminal aliens. It released 116 illegal immigrants with homicide convictions.
But I want to get back to San Francisco and the municipality here, these sanctuary cities, because ICE was all over this. They did not want this guy loose on the streets. So this seems to me to be a breakdown in federal versus local.
Well, look, there is a persistent pattern. We see cities, a lot of cities across the country, sometimes with the blessings of their governors that serve as havens for those who are here illegally. But the problem is exacerbated. You know, I've spent a lot of time down on the border in Texas, visiting with Border Patrol agents, visiting with local law enforcement. I'll tell you, their morale is low because the Obama administration tells them not to enforce the law. In 2013,
but
the Obama administration...
I hear you, but I guess, and that for sure is something that, we need to strengthen our borders. I think that everyone on both sides of the aisles would actually tell you it's not right to have people pouring into this country illegally, and something needs to be done about it. Right. But in this particular case, it just surprises me that San Francisco is one of 200 cities that gets to play by their own set of rules.
Trish, you're exactly right. Sanctuary cities are wrong. I've joined with my colleague Senator Tom Cotton in legislation that would bar any federal funds from going to a city that is trying to define federal immigration laws. But the point I was trying to make, it's not just the cities that are defying the law, it's the federal government. In 2013, the Obama administration released 116 illegal immigrants who had homicide convictions, who were murderers. They released over 15,000 people who had drunk driving convictions. It doesn't make sense for cities to be harboring violent criminals, to be harboring those who violate our laws. And it doesn't make sense for the federal government to be releasing violent criminals. And I got a note, as you know, in this past week, a whole lot of Republicans have run out of their way to smack Donald Trump because he had the temerity to actually speak out about the danger of illegal immigration. And I'll tell you, we need to solve this problem and not engage in this doublespeak where we don't acknowledge the real threats that we face in this country.
That's something that very much has been in focus. Let me share with you what Governor Pataki said right here on the Intelligence Report, Senator.
Yes, we have to secure the border. Yes, we have to know that people are coming here legally. But that type of comment is just beyond the pale, and I reject it. And by the way, Trish, I'm calling on every other Republican candidate to stand up and say that what Donald Trump said is wrong, and they should repudiate it just the way I am now.
Doesn't sound like you want to repudiate Trump.
No, I am proud to stand with Donald Trump. I like him and respect him. And let me point out, there's a reason why so many Republican 2016 candidates are attacking Trump. Because they haven't been speaking out on the need to secure the border. Many of those 2016 candidates have been vocal advocates of amnesty, which only increases illegal immigration. I think we need to stand with the working men and women. I think we need to stand with legal immigrants. I am the son of an immigrant who came legally from Cuba. That's the way our system's supposed to work.
The problem is how this message is being interpreted. Right now, the DNC has come out with a new commercial. They're highlighting Trump, and, sir, they're also highlighting you. Watch this.
Do you believe in providing a path to citizenship?
I do not.
I introduced an amendment that eliminated a pathway to citizenship for those who are here illegally.
Legal status, but not citizenship.
Exactly. No amnesty. If someone wants to be a citizen, they need to go back to their country of origin.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
I salute Donald Trump for focusing on the need to address illegal immigration.
So they're making a lot of this. Let's not forget, Senator, you need Hispanics. You need a diverse population if you're going to have a shot getting elected.
Trish, When I was elected to the Senate, I received 40% of the Hispanic vote in the state of Texas. What the Democrats don't understand, look, they're trying to engage in racial and ethnic scaremongering. What the Democrats always try to do is divide us based on race, based on ethnicity, based on gender, based on class. You know what? An awful lot of Hispanics in this country are concerned about illegal immigration, are concerned about violent criminals. When the Obama administration in 1 year releases 36,000 criminals who came here illegally, you know what? In the Hispanic community, certainly in the state of Texas, that concerns a lot of us because those people with criminal convictions are being released into communities that are often heavily Hispanic, and it is our community that's often paying the price.
Do you find it strange that you're not polling better with Hispanics? I mean, here you are with the potential to be the first Hispanic president of the United States, but in part because Democrats and others are pointing at the Republican Party and saying they are anti-immigrant, you are going to run the risk that you're not going to be able to capture some of that voting population.
You know, I can tell you, as John Adams famously said, facts are stubborn things. In 2012, I got 40% of the Hispanic vote in the state of Texas. The exact same time Mitt Romney got 27% of the Hispanic vote nationwide. I'll tell you, when I campaigned, I spent a great deal of time telling my family story, where my father had been imprisoned, had been tortured in Cuba, and came to America with nothing, with $100 in his underwear. He couldn't speak English. He washed dishes making 50 cents an hour. And there is no bigger advocate of legal immigration in the U.S. Senate than I am. But what the scaremongers at the Democratic Party don't understand is the Hispanic community wants to see the law upheld as well. The Hispanic community wants to see our borders secured. And instead of playing politics, we ought to come together and solve this problem. You look at the murder in San Francisco, it's an example of the failed policies of the Democratic Party that sadly are undermining not only the safety and security of Americans, but also are making it harder and harder for hardworking men and women to get good jobs, get at good wages to provide for their families.